So, he is our keynote speaker, and he will also guide us through the first session. We have got Dr. V. Krishna Rao. Dr. Krishna Rao earned his doctorate from Andhra University and has accumulated 27 years of experience in teaching and senior administration. He has served in many Indian states and sectors as dean and director. His professional experience spans across science, engineering, management, and now he is in healthcare sector. Not only has he guided the Institute towards true integration by advocating the sharing of knowledge and practical learning, but reiterated the importance of corporate ethics. Being a leader in the birth of nascent institute, he was mindful of the social responsibility and put tremendous outreach efforts for the community from the start. Along with research, he has spread his knowledge by conducting workshops and seminars for innovative teaching at the national and international levels. Prior to this healthcare assignment, he closely worked with Raffles Education Corporation, a Singapore education group, anchoring the international collaborations. Dr. Rao has been an agent of change and promoter of proactive educational methods such as integration of interdisciplinary subjects, technology-driven outcome-based education (OBE), and project-based learning (PBL) to enable holistic growth in the academic community. Besides his professional body membership, Dr. Rao was one of the past board of directors in IUCEE India, Indo-US Collaboration for Engineering Education, Massachusetts University, USA. Presently, Dr. Rao is the Society General Secretary and Director for Maheshwara Medical College and Hospital, and also inaugural Executive Committee member of Telangana Telemedicine Society of India, Hyderabad. Now, I would request Dr. Krishna Rao to move forward with his keynote and then take us to his session. Dr. Krishna Rao.
Good morning to all. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead, sir. You are live, sir.
Yeah. Fine. Just hold on one second. Okay. Once again, good morning to all. It is a nice experience and a privilege to be invited to the guest speaker to one of the oldest university, so-called Lucknow University. I am especially grateful to the Honorable Vice Chancellor. Though the topic is very vast and deep, I wish to share my successful experiences with all of you, hoping they would make some relevance to you. All of which may or may not be available in websites because the leadership and mentoring is a very vast subject, and thousands of links are available in the website. But thing is, it is very, very important to understand and utilize the relevance to the students and faculty as well. I believe my session may be useful, especially for the young teachers, scholars in their future endeavors, and also may trigger some ideas for the senior most professors in future. Just let us move on to our Indian capacities as well as the heritage of India. Suppose if you look at the Indian subcontinent, It is having high rich tradition and values in terms of Vedic teachings, leadership qualities, and powerful system of mentoring. In this context, I represent a teacher as a leader, as many experts approaching their teachers for their efficient solutions in the time-bound actions of COVID-19. It is not mean like people are approaching teachers, but this pandemic COVID made everybody to come back to their teachers and gurus and seeking their immediate advice. Similarly, one keeps the religious or communal aspects aside. If we look at Mahabharata, which teaches administrator and the characters of an administrator. Suppose somebody is having a doubt on administration, I feel like getting into the Mahabharata and looking the episodes, we can understand how best administration can be. Similarly, and you have seen in today's world, there are so many issues are happening. I think probably that all those things are addressed by Ramayana in terms of values and morals, which are very, very important in the present scenario. Okay, let us move forward to something in keynote speaking and everywhere. People are talking about this is a very panic situation, difficult situation, how we can do all these things. And I feel like this COVID also has given open a new avenues to understand and do something great. What is there within ourselves? It is not from anywhere else. It is within ourselves. So I believe on the system of believing myself and believing the people, the capacities, or what are there inhibited with them. I think if you ignite that one, it could be excellent. It will be a tremendous energy. You will get it out of it. And similarly, I feel like this COVID has taught everybody how to do the disaster management. We might have gone through in the textbooks, but today everybody has seen across the globe, people have seen what is the disaster management. Similarly, in this present scenario, modern society, we bought all washrooms close to the houses and we detached the families. Now, this COVID made all families together and forgetting about all these washrooms and everything. So that's what I believe in that. And similarly, in my first slide itself, the top I have given like a shake hand, COVID, and namaskar. So that is the culture. Everybody started looking at the Indian culture, and we are slowly turning to the European culture. Now, even complete globe is recognized Indian of hygienic aspect or regarding some theories. I think I'm proud for that. Similarly, and a few more things I want to express in the same thing. Now, people come together with good emotional attachment, and people are spending their good time and valuable time. And similarly, people started exchanging their ideas, irrespective of the age. Okay, you may see so many people, but everybody says, "Sir, I'm old. Why should I go for technology?" But now the scenario is not. Now people are calling and approaching their grandchildren to find out what is the beauty in technology, how they can communicate or reach out to people. So that's what I believe in this COVID. I feel like COVID has given the fantastic opportunity to all the teachers across the globe. It is not limited to India, not limited to anybody. It is across the globe. So that is the tremendous potential what we have. And second important thing, while Dr. Savya Sachi is talking about the syllabus, completion of syllabus and examination, preparedness, all, etc., etc., I strongly feel if a teacher is able to understand the capacity of the pedagogy, which is not in my topic, so I could not cover on that. But if a teacher is clearly understand about the pedagogy, then they can break everything. It is not a limit at all. Now I'm heading the medical hospital. I can tell you, I can share my practical experience now. I have given the work, though we are departed and staying apart, but still we are working as it is, my office is functional. But my productivity becomes, I think, much more than 10% than regular when during this COVID. My people are working very excellently, and nobody is saying, "Sir, I am exhausted." I feel like we had to escalate. The teachers has to escalate where this tremendous thing came out. Similarly, being a hospital, every day I used to see thousands of people in my hospital per day. But nowadays, hardly I'm getting 10 people. And if you see the death rate, I looked into here and there, the death rate was very less. So what is the magic behind this? I feel like the pollution, the trouble, and we started breaking the complete nature. I feel like the nature started recovering back on its own. So I feel like it is a very great experience. And let me stop my introduction topic. And similarly, one of the keynote speaker is talking about the mentoring. My personal submission to all the teachers, not to one person, all the teachers is first identify the pedagogical aspects of your subject. So everything magic can happen in the world, even COVID or whatever. Tomorrow one more virus comes, but everything it will break. Okay, let me proceed to my thing. In my caption itself says like a practical approach to leadership and mentoring. As I mentioned in my preliminary address, the leadership or leader is nothing but the teacher. The teacher is nothing but you. You means exactly you, not me. It is you. Just identify what is your capacities. Check out your capacity, then you will become a fantastic teacher. There is no doubt in it. Okay, let us move to the next slide. Okay, suppose if you look at this one, the picture illustrates what it is. Suppose the break phase. So there are only two options. One is a group of people. One is the limited number. So how you want to do it? So now the same situation, COVID. Very simple technique. We are trying to figure out the problem. I feel like if you look at the problem in a helicopteric view, then your problem becomes very small. When your problem becomes small, then you have a lot of answers and a lot of answers to it. So I think you can do it without any hesitation. You feel your problem, which is simply solved by social distance. So that's why our people come with a solution which is called a social distance. You maintain a social distance automatically. You need not bother about your COVID or whatever it is. That is the thing. Now, what is the role of a leader or the teacher? Now, let us look into the thing. This figure makes many people to feel like what is the relevance of this one? Generally, in a teaching field, especially what I noticed is across my experience is either teacher assumes that I am a fantastic teacher and I'm having around 29, 30 years of experience. Why should I listen to any speaker? So it is not being like anybody can learn anything from anything. So once it is there, then it is, I feel like my submission to all the teachers is listen to what people are speaking. At least if you are getting one single point, that itself is your learning aspect. That's all. Second point is, when I'm speaking, everybody listen to the people. And then after a few minutes or few days, people will forget what I speak. And the moment, how many hours of time I spend to prepare the PPT or to connect you is also, it just will be forgotten. So my submission to all the teachers, create a habit to carry a notebook, carry a pen, otherwise make your electronic media, whatever the technology you want, you make a note of it. When you are sleeping, just listen to the people voice. Something is useful for you. Is there any good benchmark? Then implement your benchmark. If it is not the case, just ignore. So it is also one experience for you. So one of the
Sorry
important facts.
could you please do the screen share of your PPT so that we can see them?
Oh, it is not coming?
No, sir. Please do that screen sharing.
Yeah, I think I did it. Just a minute, sorry. It's coming up? Sachi?
No, not yet, sir. Chiranjeev, would you help him? Sir, Chiranjeev must be contacting over your phone.
Oh, okay. Just a minute. Sorry, I trouble you. Chiranjeev. क्या? It's coming? It's coming? Hello? Is it coming now? It's coming?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, coming?
Yes, sir. It's visible now, sir.
Oh, sorry all to the speakers.
No. It's all right, sir. Please, sir. Go ahead. Move ahead, sir. You can continue from the second slide, sir, where I stopped you. I interrupted you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Please, sir.
Okay. So this is the first picture. I think some of you missed it. So let me proceed to the second thing. Okay. So this role of a teacher, what I explained the things to you. First is listen to the people. Second thing is consolidate your thoughts. And third is execute with confidence and invite feedback. What exactly in the government of India, what exactly did the same thing? They have not implemented the lockdown or what is no. First, they listen to the people, they consolidated the thoughts, and they execute everything with complete confidence. And again, they started taking feedback from all the states, and now they are taking. So now this arrow mark is a very, very powerful thing. Though it appears to be a simple arrow mark, but it is very important because in your classroom also, generally we feel like whatever we study, we'll say like, okay, let us listen to me. That's all. But it is not the case. You have to listen to the students, and you have to understand what is their requirement, in what way they want to listen to you. If you are able to identify that, then you consolidate complete procedure, what you people will call it as a pedagogy, and the pedagogy has to be implemented in your execution and take the feedback. Based on the feedback, again go to the people and then deliver your important information. Okay, let us proceed to the next slide. This is another most powerful slide, I feel. Now, everybody is telling like, sir, COVID, everything is locked down. What shall I do? Suppose if I ask any teacher, excuse me to all my participants, I'm not interested to get into the theoretical part. I want to tell some of my experiences where you will also correlate how it can happen, how we can do it. So it is not my intention to blame any teacher or anything. So just I want to explain something. Suppose resource management. Suppose if I ask my teacher, they will say that, sir, my internet is not functioning. Otherwise, I'm not having a laptop. Otherwise, they will say like, sir, my books are in the department itself. I'm at home. So all these excuses will come. But the thing is, it is very, very important to identify how you can do it. I'll give small demonstration. Look at the picture. Excuse me, sorry, Sachi, are you able to see my slides? Hello? I think
Yes,
it's
sir.
fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We are here, sir. We can see it.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so now, for example, see, there are 4 bottles are there, and one of the bottle is carrying a poison, deadly poison. And now I have to test which one is poisonous, which one is not poisonous. Okay, so that I can extend my knowledge to other people. So there are so many ways are there how you can find out the best way. So for example, normally we to do the test for on the rats. So we bought the 4 rats and we can give the medicine for all 4 rats, then whatever the rat dies, that I can say that is a bottle of poison. So another way, let's assume that I bought only three. Why should I use four? I want to use only three. I want to minimize my resources. So I'll use three rats and I'll give for three rats. And if three survives, then automatically fourth one is my poisonous one. So suppose you may, I think even myself also have either of these two ideas. Suppose if you go to the student, you may have a brilliant idea. Just look at this picture. So why should I take three rats? I will take only two rats. First, I will give two bottles of the medicine to the two rats. Suppose they survive, I'll give the medicine, third bottle medicine to one of the rats. Suppose it survives. So it's fine. That fourth bottle is the one. So it is the simplest technique. So this is called as extraordinary intelligence, what you have to take out from the students. So if you are having it, it's brilliant. If you are not having, and it's okay, fine. So many times some of the teachers may feel like the students will ask a question, I'm not able to answer. Then they will get started shivering. Of course, probably it may be for the very young teachers. So then they will got setting. Why? Why you are feeling like you are only the intelligent person in the classroom? Assume that rest of the 60 people are also intelligent. They may not have the experience what you have. So pose the problem to them. Ask them to find out. They may not give the exact answer, but they may give some links to you where with your experience, with your knowledge, you can get the answer. You can have the answer to make the class vibrant and challenging every day. So second, so then if you look at the teacher, a teacher, Dr. Abdul Kalam has given a beautiful quote, dream is not that which you see while sleeping. It is something that does not let you sleep. So this is the most important thing. So that's why you have to find out the new ways of teaching. That's why, again, I want to say that, emphasize on that, COVID is not making us to be pandemic, or COVID is not making us to be panic. Okay, COVID is making and opening the new avenues and the new system of functioning and how we can maximize our inner potentials. See, here there is also another important thing. Suppose, for example, consider a leader. There are 6 parameters. I had taken only 6 parameters. There are so many parameters are there, but however, I took only 6 parameters. Look at the right side and look at the left side. So the right side one, position, charisma, power, etc., etc., and left side you are having your accomplishments and your intellectual capacities, and you stand by morals. Okay, you never left the people to comment, or you will not make it. You are the moral for the students. So suppose if it's the leadership, for example, suppose you are having that left side all 3 characters. If you are having the 3 characters, you will have extraordinary personality. And suppose you are having the right side thing, probably you may have a person who is having some, okay, fine. Because you can understand in society a lot of negative things are happening. Why things are happening is that the mentoring is not happening because the leader is not carrying the left side parameters, rather he have the right parameters completely, or if the teacher behave, students will grasp it because uh, the students believe more on teachers. Okay, let us move this other one. This is another important, powerful slide. So there is some circles are there. So if you look at the central part, which is called a holistic development, or otherwise how to fight against your COVID. Suppose you want to fight against the COVID, then there is no point because nobody identified, or till today there is no perfect what is the medicine or drug for it. So there is no point. So that's why we have to have some values and ideas. Similarly, you have to have some motivation and mentoring to your juniors or to people so that they can shut out. So the same thing in the classroom dynamics also. Suppose you are having the proper value-based education system, you are motivating the student and you are mentoring the student, and then automatically you will see the holistic development. Here, there are 2 other important points. One is the person who is sitting is the leader, means who is having the vision and good governance. For example, we'll see even I am a director. Suppose if I say I am taking complete load of the hospital, that means I myself blaming me. I'm not supposed to blame anybody else, because the leader itself has to take longer run. Okay, institute has to go long way. So that's why he has to have a proper vision, and their team members has to be done properly. So no bullying. Suppose I'm the HOD, I'm the director. Suppose if I call my doctor and I will say that, okay, whatever it is, just go on to do the surgery, means I'm a fool. It should not be. There is no bullying. I had to ask my surgeons, dear doctor, okay, now the patient came, he is having a corona positive. So then what will do? So are you going to provide some protective material, or you are going to make some other alternate arrangements? What best can be done, that has to be done properly, so that it will happen. You will have the wonderful things. Okay, another important uh, thing. See, thing is, now the testing is important. You have to test your students. There is no other option. So suppose if you are doing the testing in a classroom, you will have different knowledge people, but every student is an extraordinary fellow. Okay, you may have some, you may feel like he is not submitting the assignments. Otherwise, he is not performing better in the examination. So you may have different kind of issues. But thing is, you have to address each and every issue with the proper monitoring, and as well as a proper mentoring. If you are having a proper mentoring system, then you will turn the student to the best of the thing. So what we did is, I'll share my experience over here. Uh, so suppose we are also facing the same thing. Attendance problem is there, this problem is, that problem is there, but we fixed 100%. Then we identified what is the real issue of the issue with the students, and the student has to write what he has achieved if he is not attending the class. Then that is his responsibility to write something. Similarly, we identified what is his interest. So we conducted, instead of conducting just university syllabus, we taken out something. I'm interested on Java. I may be interested on speaking skills. I may be interested on sports. I may be interested on something else. So I may be interested on projects. So we have given different tasks to different group of people, and and our attendance become extremely good. So this is one of the example what I can share with all of you people. So another, this evaluation, this is also very, very important thing. Anybody look at the picture? I think many of the people are much aware of this picture. Suppose if you ask anybody, immediately people say, sir, this is the reservation candidate, sir, that's why he has taken. No, sir, he want to make Arjuna as the powerful person, so that's why he took out the thumb. So actually, if you look at in the perspective of a teacher, it is very, very important to understand whomever may be your guru. But if he is not carrying the values, or if he is not able to understand where to use his power, then it is completely waste. For example, why he has taken the thumb? The knowledge or information what I have is, suppose the dog is barking. The dog barks. Suppose if you find a new person, naturally it barks because that is his character. But thing is, you can't change his character, but you can modify it. You can modify with your mentoring. You can modify with your teachings. So that is the most important thing. He can use one arrow, otherwise he can make something else. But he used the 6 arrows from the top and 6 arrows from the bottom. So suppose any person misusing the power of his capacities or capabilities, that is going to be disaster to the society. So that's why he took out the thumb. So that is the right evaluation of a teacher. It is not like that. Suppose similarly, if I ask a teacher, sir, my dear teacher, are you going to give a toughest question paper or moderate question paper? Many of the teachers may say, like, no, sir, I want to give a toughest paper because people have to recognize me. Okay, fine. Suppose you are making every student of you to fail. So what you are going to evaluate? You are not going to evaluate anything. So that means you are making your student to feel he is a stupid forever. So he will become antisocial element and he can't perform anymore. That's all. That is the end of the story. So that's why you should be very, very careful while testing and evaluating. Similarly, this another, I think I'm running out of the time. So let me finish on my thing. So this is also another important thing. So look at this triangle form of circles. So there are 3 components are there. One is unlearn, learn, and relearn. For example, many of the teachers normally migrate from one university to another university, otherwise one college to other college, but they had to carry this most important information. If you are having good benchmarks in your institute, well and good, implement that, no issue. Suppose you are finding some better benchmarks, then adopt it. Copying is not a mistake. You can copy it, but while pasting, you have to keep your brain over there. Simply you are making copy and paste. It is completely illegal. It is not at all acceptable to a teacher. You can copy it, but while copying, you have to keep your brain and modify as per the things. So unlearn, my slide, I think it gives the self-explanatory. So whatever the old experiences are there, leave it out, throw it out, and try to implement the new system and new goals, and bring a new vision to your institute. The people should feel like your presence made some difference. If you're not able to make your difference in the institute, adding that you are carrying means like how you have been taught earlier, you are teaching the same way to the students, which makes no difference. So let us proceed to the mentoring. So if you're getting into the thing, so mentoring. So generally, if you look at the top one, the traditional teacher will take a talk and will do it, but students happily will sleep, will never mind whether he is listening to you or he is watching his mobile or he is chatting with a girlfriend, whatever it is. So finally, at the end of the day, he will get a degree. So what he is going to do with the degree? No, there is no use. What anything else is there in the market is also similar. So you have to have your teaching should be very, very powerful so that he can transform his life and he will continue the transformation throughout the life. I can share my example. I worked before, prior to my job, I worked in Uttar Pradesh. You know that Uttar Pradesh people are very strong and they will use pan parak all, and they are having other habits also. And of course, my students are having something. So, but we interacted with the help of our teacher. I am not the master. I am not the king of it. The thing is, the ideology, what I made, my teachers, my team members executed, and 100% we stopped each and everything of my students. And it is very customary to touch the feet of the teacher or elders in North India. That's what people used to see, and that's the thing. But thing is, I personally experienced the student who literally touched from their heart my feet and said like, because if you people are not there, my life might be something different. So that's called the powerful system of mentoring. So teachers, please do believe like teaching is not your thing. Everything is available in websites. Everything is available on internet. And otherwise your friend will share the information. Why you need to teach? You have to teach, you have to mentor. So the most important, if you know the pedagogy properly, you can teach, you can complete your syllabus and make your student to have more than the marks what they are getting today. So that's why don't try to teach what you learned or what you studied yesterday. Okay, it is important to make them to understand and realize their potential, and tomorrow he will become master better than you. A teacher has to see that my student has to grow bigger than me. You should not think like the student is down, I'm showing my finger. So no, your teacher has to see my student has to stand in front of me like a big man. Okay, big man with the characters and values. That is the power of mentoring. Okay, other thing. So like, why you are doing? Let us go a little bit of a theory of it. Suppose a human will get thousands of ideas. So it is not my story. Okay, this is from National Science Foundation. You can refer to that one. So here, see that one. 80% of your thoughts are negative completely, and 15% will repeat your thoughts. Suppose you miss to go for a movie, you repeatedly will think about it, and will think about the 3%, and 2% will think about the present. But we are living in the present. What you are going to do with that? Suppose you are not able to handle the present. What is going to happen, or what is there? 80% negative is there. 15% you are having the repeated thoughts. So what you are going to do? So you are not going to do anything now. So what is the most important thing is you have to think. You have to convert that 80% are negative to the present, exactly opposite coordinate. You have to bring that 80%. If you do a proper mentoring, your 80% will come back to the present, and we will start thinking about the present. Excuse me, my present viewers. Sachi, what is the time? I think I'm slipping out of my time. Hello?
Sir, you still have around 20 to 25 minutes, sir.
25 minutes.
Yep. 20 to
Okay, fine.
25 minutes you can stretch it to.
No. I don't want to take much of the time. Just tell me what is the exact time I have to stop it.
Sir, you can stop at around 12:15.
12? Yeah,
15.
fine. Okay, I'll try to finish off as I'm looking at your brochure, so I feel like I'm exceeding the things.
No, not
Okay,
at
fine.
all, sir. Please, sir. Please,
So,
please carry on.
yeah, thank you. My dear teachers, irrespective of the age, please focus on mentoring and try to convert your 90% of the thoughts into the present, which makes that your 20% to the 82%. Okay, make that one. So then you will become a wonderful teacher. I think you can see that now. Sabyasachi is there. So when Sabyasachi is from the humanities, he used to be feel like I'm just English teacher. And there is a say in engineering, sir, sciences, all these things are like secondary subjects, not the first primary subjects. So then we made English as one of the basic languages what you have to do. Every student has to undergo the English speaking skills. And I should be thankful to Sabyasachi and Garima Jha who worked with me, and they did a fantastic job. They slotted, they made it, they made different slots, and they taught even a tea boy. My office tea boys also speak in English. Means may not be like a fluent as you and me, but they used to speak. Even many of the people prized, and because we used to have a lot of international faculty, they used to get shocked to see like how your tea boy is speaking English. So that's what I feel like when Sabyasachi called. Though I am having a busy schedules, I took out my time exclusively for this webinar. So that is, I think that's what my mentoring to Sabyasachi connected me back again today. So that's what the power of the mentoring. We will not feel like what is the money he is paying to me, or otherwise what I'm going to give it to Sabyasachi. No, what I can share, otherwise how I can handhold Sabyasachi, otherwise how Sabyasachi can make me to feel like, yes, I'm a teacher. Now I become the administrator, but still I feel like today I'm feeling proud that I'm also back to teaching. So that's called mentoring. Okay, now let us look into this slide. So suppose if you look at the slide, I think some of the viewers may feel that what is Dr. Krishna is crazy to put all these type of pictures. No, actually you have to understand what is the beauty of the bit of the thing, beauty of the content. See, till today, I think many of the people are doing only a multi-dimensional, or two-dimensional, or single-dimensional. Okay, I'll prepare the notes because I'm going to I used to work from 9 to 4 o'clock or 9 to 5. I'll go back to my home, and my family members, my wife, or etc., will torture me to whatever extent. So I cannot prepare much of my subject. So I can't teach. So I'll go and I'll try to complete my derivation, and I'll come back. Suppose if you're taking a EM theory in electronic ECE faculty, so they will be crazy to solve the problem. So that's why, so they will be busy on that. So why you are making that? So what we did is, suppose, for example, my students are there, they're crazy, they are unable to understand a subject. They feel like this subject is very, very tough. So what we made is, we have taken the concept, we made the teachers to make first 1 minute or 30 seconds, a teacher has to give a good inspirational quote in the class. Every class would start with a good inspirational quote, and then it is proceeded followed by a class. Then they used to review for 2 minutes review of the past class, and the 5 minutes you will give the concepts of the topic. Next 2 to 3 minutes, my student has to prepare a video or some concept on the concept, linking his concept to a project. So my students rock like anything. Okay, in my previous institute, my students rock. I can say very proudly, like, so my student never used to absent any class because he was also involved in the process. Once if you make the student to involve in the process, then they will do it. What the point of you deriving the derivation? Just give the concept how it is useful and how you can correlate this derivation with a different subject. Okay, I can suppose if I'm preparing a product, my product is having design, I need to know about the CAD design, I need to know the software, I need to know about other technical aspects. So that's why all these people has to be linked. So interdisciplinary and integrating the people made a beautiful result. And now, during that time, my people made, instead of two-dimensional, they made three-dimensional, four-dimensional teaching methods. That's the power of pedagogy. Okay, this is another side. This is mentoring. Just the teacher is standing. He's simply telling, I expect you all to be independent, innovative, critical thinking, and you can add another word, out of the box thinking. And at the end of the day, what he's telling is, who will do exactly what they say. So you are talking, your lips are telling like, you should be independent, you should be innovative, you should be critical thinker, you should be out of the box, you may be very extraordinary person. I want to see a great personality like Abdul Kalam, but still you have to follow what I give the instruction. So what he will do? He can't do anything. So that's why don't stop the student's energy. Try to divert the energy and put him in the open box and make him to rock into the box and out of the box. That's the way of teaching. Okay, see, this is the other one. The top picture says, like, whenever, suppose student asks a question, immediately what you will hammer them, are useless fellow, how you will get this question. So normally will bang. So why you need to bang the student? Just ask them. There is no bad question, there is no negative question. But thing is, the most important thing is, your question should be right and appropriate. Right means not in the perspective, right in the perspective of the education philosophy. When it will be achieved, if you are having a proper mentoring system, then obviously you will have your students will be redressed, and they will think and they will come along with you as a powerful tool for you. Okay. Similarly, if you look at the left side picture, he's having a phone call, he's having a work, and he's having assignments. So HOD may ask, like, what about your research work, this, that, blah, blah, blah. So he will say that whenever the student approach you, then immediately will say like, no, I'm not having time, or busy, you come after some time. Yes, that's also one of the answers. Okay, so, but mentoring is not that. If you are saying that one, your chain is broken forever. That's it, finish. So similarly, another thing, suppose you don't know answer. So normally we try to confuse, not all the teachers, some of the teachers. So that's why the girl, you can see, if you look at the picture for quite some time, you yourself will get confused how many eyes she has. So that's why don't confuse the students. Try to give a proper solution. If you're not having any solution to it, ask the students with a group. Suppose it is a private thing, you put your brain and find out the best ways of solution and tell them this is the way of doing things. So if you know the potential, see this the left side picture, the man is training the boy how to make a knot. Okay, suppose if I may, okay, go to the theory book and how to swim. So he will swim. Then after that, I will take him to the sea and ask him, okay, Gram, get into the thing. Already you complete the syllabus. My pedagogy is over. So everything is over. Exams are over. You scored 93 marks. Okay, get into the sea and now swim. So what will the boy will do? He can't swim because the textbook knowledge, the four walls, within the four walls, what the knowledge he attained is complete waste. Nothing. It cannot work out. So that's why make the boy to swim in a real water so that he will swim. So that's why we introduced the project-based learning for all my engineers. It is not only engineering students. We combined the management students and we combined the communication skills because from the humanities. Why communication? You did an extraordinary project, but you cannot communicate to the public. You cannot communicate to the society. So if you're not able to communicate properly, your concept is gone. So that's why your communication is also equally important to make the project excellent. So that's why suppose if some people are doing your project-based learning is well and good. Suppose it's not the case, make small projects where the students can see the results. Don't give a big project which can be done in 1 year or 1.5 years. So students may not appreciate that. So make it as a small part of the project and just give it to the student. Then students will they'll turn out a beautiful idea and they will come up and they will say like, my teacher is an extraordinary teacher. Okay, let us move on to this slide. I'm coming to conclusion. This slide is also very, very important thing. So there are two things out there. Let us start from left to right. There is this X and Y is there. For example, a student is saying X. Okay, X means probably you might have come across with a student who may not interact with other students. Otherwise, he always dull. Otherwise, suppose if you are putting him, why you're not going to come to the class means he will start reacting. Okay, reacting is a very dangerous thing. So that means there is something wrong that is going around the student. So that's why I had to find out, and your mentoring starts functioning. Bring him to the, and the individual is having different troubles, different pressures. So then when it is there, so then you have to mentor. When there is a defensive state is there, if you look at that one, and the bottom there are two things are there, A and B. The circle in the blue color, seek help from others. If they are not seeking help also, as a mentor, you have to identify which student is really looking for some help and try to mentor them, then he will rise up. That will go to adaptive behavior. Adaptive behavior means, like for example, I'm border marks. I'm having 49 marks, 48 marks, and I'm having only one test to give. So I may fail, I may pass. Okay, you should not depend on my excuse of my teacher. I had to bring my potential. So how I can do it? You can properly mentor the student and explain him how he has to work. So suppose if you show it the complete syllabus, if you say like, okay, you go and read this 10 books, means definitely he will fail. Make him to understand what is important, how he has to learn the concept, and make them to understand the concept, and make him to do some practical of things, then automatically, and give some small examples or some small examinations where he can perform. That is more important. So when the student started performing, he himself develops the positive thinking. So your 80% of negative thought will come back to my present. Then he will start thinking, then he will say that, sir, I'm able to do it. I'm able to do it. So without any support of a teacher, he will turn from 49 marks to, he may go up to 60 marks, or he may go, he himself will pass. Okay. Suppose if you're not taking care of it, then he will come down. That is more adaptive behavior, which is take the people, some of the universities, okay, in Telangana also, some medical students went for suicide. Why they went for suicide? Because there is no proper mentoring system. When there is a defensive system, there is a lack of defensive system is there. If somebody is not hand holding because wife is busy and mother is busy and the father is busy and the teacher is busy, where he has to go? He can't see the God. Okay, so then he don't know how to go for it. So that's why the teacher has to play a role beyond the father, beyond the God. He is the direct man who can make a real life, who can give a beautiful life to a student. So that is why my urge to all the teachers is, please identify. Don't think that I'm not finding time to cater or mentor my child. Why should I do for others? No, your students or your own children, your own people may not believe you what they believe in the teacher. So that is why you being a teacher, you teach your students. You make some teacher to mentor your guy. So the society will become a fantastic society. You enforce the rules you cannot achieve. You have to make the people to understand what is right. That's all. Okay. Once if they understand what is right, they will do it, and it will bring best of the results. And okay, let me before going to this one, I want to show one slide, and then I'll come back. So these are some of the glimpses of my experience. I think you can see me somewhere there. So in Delhi, we're having very experienced and they are having very potential in terms of financials. But can you expect my students is almost 8 acres of land. They did agriculture farming. This was happened long ago, not now. Okay, so that time they are all engineering and management students. They are standing all together. There is no difference between a management and there is no difference between engineering. There is no faculty, nothing. Okay, we are all. The person who is in the right side picture, the person who is standing beside me is the General Tikku, who is the Golden Sword awardee in Army. So can you expect a army person work under me? We never felt like he is under me or he is reporting to me or no, we never felt it. We are together. That's all. Even we never felt it. There is a protocol, there is a hierarchy, there is a distance, but still, emotionally, students, workers, the boy who is standing right side with white shirt and jerkin, is also worker. We made everybody. So we all together. They made like a cauliflower, cabbage, and coriander leaf, and some other vegetable. We grown so many things, and palak, and I think some of the so left side photo you can see that. So they felt, you can see the happiness in the faces of the students. And similarly, we made how you are successful in that. Once the students feel like we are successful in some domain, automatically they believe you. That's all. And similarly, we conduct a S plus program, and that is for meditation of the things. We conduct a leadership training for the students, and we made exchange programs, and we send our students to other colleges, and other college people we invited to our people, and we implemented speaking skills, and we conducted, especially debate. Dr. Sachi has taken an important role in that conducting of debating other things, and we conducted the PBL, and we did the exhibitions, and we did the sports, and we did the cultural activities. So all students are involved in each and everything. For example, sports. Some of the students may not be interested in any of the things. So then we put them in the sports because they are interested in sports. And similarly, we conduct a competition between my adjacent village and our college people. Our students thought that definitely they are going to win because they're their own ground, their own campus. So they are the educators, so they can win. Very surprisingly, that village people won. So that is the magic. So that's why they realized, okay, we should not go for too much of things. I can give you an example. If I ask you people whether a dog is intelligent or ass is intelligent, every teacher will say, sir, undoubtedly my dog is intelligent. If your dog is intelligent, why you can see so many dogs dying on the road? I have not seen ever till date any donkeys dying on the road. Why? Because that means if the donkey is not dying on the road accident, that means my donkey is intelligent. So the important point, the crux of this point is, do whatever the knowledge, whatever the experience, whatever the etc. You may have 120 papers. If they are not coming to the student for the transformation of life from past to present or present to future, then our teachings are completely. I can't say that. Okay, so that's why you convert all your potential and experience, etc., to redefine the student and ensure that your student will stand just above you and make the things rocking forever. And thank you very much. Thanks to all the listeners to listen to it patiently. Of course, we muted so that nobody can respond to it. But any feedback or any questions, anything there, please submit to that coordinators. If I find time, again, we'll catch you up and we'll answer it. Once again, thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir.
Sachi, I wish to extend my thanks to your technical team and other people who are behind this complete webinar. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Their efforts are well recognized, sir. Sir, we have got certain questions, and we have also received some feedback that we will share in question answer session.
Okay.
Thank you for setting up the mood, sir. It was quite refreshing when I saw those pictures.
Oh, fine, good.
It was quite.
No, I never mind to share my PPT. Okay, it's not confidential. Okay. If somebody is interested, I can.
Yes, sir. It took me down to the memory lane. But however, I really thank you, sir, for setting up the tone for the whole session. It was excellent to hear from you. We will be joined by Dr. Vinod Mishra in some time.